January is one of the best months to get clarity in real estate because the market tends to show its true shape after the slow year-end holiday season. And what we're seeing right now on the Westside is that different neighborhoods are rewarding different decisions. So in this monthly market update, I'm going to walk you through what the January numbers are telling us in Santa Monica, Venice, and Mar Vista, and what that means whether you're buying or selling in these neighborhoods this year. For those of you who are new here, I'm Caleb Ramsay, your Triple C Realtor, covering the West Side with eXp Realty. Triple C stands for clarity, compassion, and confident execution, and it's how I serve my clients every day. I work primarily in West Los Angeles, helping buyers and sellers make confident decisions without pressure or hype. If at any point you want to talk through how this market applies to your specific situation, my contact information is right below this video. You can reach out anytime, whether you're actively making a move or just gathering information for down the road. Now, before we break down each neighborhood, here's how I recommend you listen to these numbers. It's important to focus on three specific things because these are what actually shapes leverage in today's market. First is inventory. Inventory tells you how many choices buyers have and how much pressure sellers are under. More inventory usually means more flexibility for buyers. Less inventory means sellers have the leverage and buyers need to act faster and be more prepared. Second is our days on market. Days on market tells you how confident buyers are. Shorter timelines usually mean homes are priced well and buyers are decisive. Longer timelines often signal overpricing and hesitation from buyers. Third, how close homes are selling to their asking price. This is where opportunities to negotiate show up. If homes are selling at or below list price, buyers have the leverage. If they're selling at or above list price, sellers have the leverage. If you understand these three things, the rest of the data becomes a lot easier to interpret. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with Santa Monica. And as a reminder, we're looking at all residential asset classes. So single family homes, condos, townhomes, and apartments. These numbers don't include multi-unit income properties or any commercial properties. So Santa Monica right now is a market that rewards patience and discipline. We're sitting on about 3.4 months of inventory, which puts Santa Monica close to a balanced market. The median list price is around 1.8 million, while the median sold price is closer to 1.69 million. That gap is important. It tells us buyers are negotiating and sellers are adjusting their expectations and accepting lower offers. Although homes are selling at roughly 100% of list price, they aren't going significantly over. And the important median days on market is in the low to mid 30s, which is slower than what sellers got used to during peak years. All right, so what does this mean if you're buying in Santa Monica? Well, you generally have time to think carefully about your purchase. You can ask more questions, you can request concessions, and you can negotiate terms more easily. On the flip side, if you're a seller in Santa Monica, buyers are there, but they're paying attention and they're being specific about what they want. Pricing your home right from the start and presenting it well is what separates a smooth sale from a long and difficult one. Let's dig into Venice. Venice is telling a different story than Santa Monica. Venice currently has about 4.1 months of inventory, which gives buyers way more leverage than Santa Monica. The median list price is just over 3 million, while the median sold price is closer to 2.3 million. That's a big spread and it tells us a lot. In contrast to Santa Monica, homes here are selling at around 96 to 97% of list price, meaning buyers are not routinely paying full asking price. And the median days on market has climbed to around 55, showing that buyers are taking their time. So if you're buying in Venice, this is a market where patience can pay off for sure. Well-priced homes still sell, but overpriced listings tend to sit, which that creates opportunity. Now, if you're a seller in Venice, this is not a market that forgives wishful pricing. As I've mentioned, buyers are selective, they're informed, and they're willing to wait. This is why working with a realtor that understands these nuances is critical to reaching your goals. All right, now let's move on to the last neighborhood, Mar Vista. This market continues to stand out on the west side. Mar Vista currently has only about 2.1 months of inventory, which still places it firmly in a seller-leaning territory. Even with a noticeable month-over-month increase in inventory, supplies right now are relatively tight. You'll notice a big difference between Santa Monica, Venice, and Mar Vista with the days on market numbers. Now, the median list price is hovering between 2.4 and 2.7, depending on the property type and the location, while the median sold price is around 2.07. Homes are selling at a roughly 100% of list price, and in many cases, well-priced homes are still attracting strong interest and multiple offers. The most important stat for both buyers and sellers is days on market. Homes going under contract in Mar Vista are doing so in about 12 days on average. That tells us buyers are prepared, decisive, and coming in with winning offers quickly. But there's another factor shaping Mar Vista right now, and that's the development. We're seeing continued new construction and higher-end redevelopment throughout the neighborhood, which is influencing buyer expectations and pushing values upward at the top end of the market. A recent off-market sale near the 10 million mark, the highest price Mar Vista has ever seen, reinforces this point. Now, that sale doesn't reset the entire neighborhood, but it does signal where the upper ceiling is expanding. So what does this mean for Mar Vista homeowners? Well, this is still a market that rewards sellers, but only when the strategy is right. Pricing, presentation, and positioning make a huge difference when it comes to selling your home in Mar Vista. Buyers are not overpaying blindly, but they are moving quickly when a home is done well and it's priced appropriately. For buyers looking in Mar Vista, this market remains competitive. Negotiations are limited on high-demand homes, and preparation matters far more than timing. Mar Vista is not a market you want to test out. It's a market you want to approach with intention. All right, here's the big takeaway from January. There's no single Westside market. Right? Buyers have leverage in some neighborhoods, and they need to use it wisely. And sellers have leverage in others, but only if they respect how today's buyers are behaving. These markets are not about perfect timing. They're about aligning your strategy with the neighborhood you're in or planning on moving to. I highly recommend you check out my other video on timing the market for more insight on this subject. If you're a buyer in Santa Monica or Venice, this is a market where understanding the data and what's happening real time makes a big difference. That includes understanding pricing trends, days on market, and which homes are likely to accept offer terms beyond the purchase price. I'm happy to help you sort through that and build a plan that fits how you want to move, not just when you want to move. And if you're a Mar Vista homeowner thinking about selling, this is still a market that can strongly reward sellers, but only when the property is positioned correctly from day one. Pricing, presentation, and marketing strategy matter here more than timing. So don't rush through this process, as it could cost you delays and headaches in the long run. Well, that about wraps it up for our January market report for West Los Angeles. If you want a clear, data-backed view of how homes are performing in today's market, I'm always happy to walk through that with you. My phone number is 818-450-7515, and my email is caleb.ramsey@exprealty.com. Lastly, if these updates are helpful, make sure you're subscribed. I post these monthly, so you always have a steady reference point of what's happening on the West Side. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I really appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you in the next video.